Hi guys. I had to do a video. Dude, the stuff that I'm seeing. This is actually in kind of in response to a post that I saw just a few minutes ago on social media from a friend of mine who you'll know who you are, who couldn't even walk out of his house today without people telling him to go back inside, honk the horn, whatever. What is he supposed to do? Leave his trash and shit inside and not take his dog out for a walk? I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but there is something much more to fear than this coronavirus. And that's fear itself. Because fear is a dis-ease. Okay? If you have fear, you start manifesting all kinds of thoughts, and they just beam like a laser beam right down into your body. And start causing all kinds of physical ailments and everything. That's the worst. And I know I brought up the other day on Facebook about that movie Signs by M. Night Shyamalan, that alien movie. You have no idea how relevant that is right now. Like, I can't even tell you because you won't understand. Some of you might. That movie is insanely accurate to what we're going through right now. And I'm seriously giving a shout out to M. Night Shyamalan. I love that guy. He's an amazing writer. He's an amazing director. I have been able to relate to absolutely every single film that he's ever made. And they're all predictions of the future. That's why a lot of people don't understand him. That's why they don't resonate with his stuff, because they don't get what he's trying to say. He's a highly intuitive empath, I can tell you that. Very psychic. Woke, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, in the movie Signs, oh, you pulling your hair, buddy? My goodness gracious. In the movie, basically, aliens come down to quote unquote harvest them. And the guy in the movie he's got 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and there's just all this mass panic going on. People are seeing UFOs and shit in the sky, and the media is covering it. Imagine that. The media is covering it. And people are locking themselves inside of their houses in certain rooms, and almost feeling guilty at that, watching this media and the fear mongering that's going on. I mean, the media should be charged with terrorism. Okay? Because invoking fear in others is terrorism. And I think that Donald Trump is very inappropriate at times. I think he's very unprofessional at times. I don't know how he got as far as he did. I'm sure it has to do with money. And extraterrestrials. Oh, did I say that? I don't know. I think extraterrestrials are the ones that rigged the freaking campaign, to be honest. I'll talk about it some other time. That's why he's where he's at. I also think he has a heart of gold underneath everything. I think his higher self is running the show. And he kind of has, I gotta say, he's kind of right about the whole media thing. And, to bring up fear-mongering and to bring up terrorism, I don't know if you guys know this, with all the shit that's going on and all the fear. In your pocket, likely, right now, at least for most states in the United States, on your ID, you have a little gold star. Okay? And that gold star makes you compliant with the Real ID Act. Now, the Real ID Act isn't just about being able to fly on a plane. And by the way, it states you can fly within the United States. As if this was somehow known that you were only going to be able to fly within the United States, and this was going to have something to do with blocking terrorism. Kind of strange. There's an element of this I don't want to get into. I kind of put myself at risk by doing that, just as a light worker, because we're like in a total battle right now. You guys don't even realize this is a world war. It's just a battle you can't see. It's a battle between forces you're unaware of, or maybe you are. And we're talking about darkness and light. And fear is darkness. Matteo's going to join us. Say hello. How could anybody be fearful of a little guy like this? Anyway, fear is darkness. Light is love. Light is light. Love is light. I hope I'm making sense. Anyway, in the movie, people are cooping themselves in their houses with fear. Just outrageous freaking fear. And the father in the movie, his wife has passed. He's I guess an ex-preacher, pastor, priest. I guess not priest because he's married and has kids, but his wife passed away and she is acting as his guardian angel. He's remembering things that she told him, messages that she gave him when she was dying. She was dying. Now, this movie's insane. I need to do like a video just on this movie because it's incredibly insane. How relevant it is right now. But anyhow, the gist of it. His boy has asthma, and it's triggered by anxiety. Duh. A lot of things are triggered by anxiety and fear. You better watch out, because not only like could you potentially get yourself into trouble for, if you're feeling fearful and spreading fear instead of love, you're not only potentially at risk of getting sick, because fear is a dis-ease and it vibrates at a very low level of energy. Imagine what the coronavirus is. It's its own energy. So they kind of go hand in hand. So if you're fearful, you're going to get sick. And not only that, you might get yourself in trouble with the law, because they're not putting up with this terrorism crap. And the reason that is because when you're in fear, you're weak. Your immune system's weak. Okay? If you're in fear and your community's in fear, well then, all of a sudden, your township is weak. Your town, your county, your state, your country is in fear. Your earth is vibrating at a low level. That's terrorism. We can't live like that anymore. This is stupid. So, Get the hell out of your house. You don't have to go to town. Take your kids outside and play. Get back to nature. Take your dogs for a walk. And for crying out loud, don't yell at people when they're outside. This isn't like M. Night Shyamalan's other movie called The Happening, which is where Mother Nature's fighting back. It's still very ironic that it's a lot like this. But as the wind changes and people are in mass fear in that movie, the earth literally is like the trees are putting off this poisonous gas and it's killing people. But the only people who survive are the ones who have love. It's a lot like Signs. His son has asthma. It's triggered by anxiety. They're fearful. And the kid almost dies. And in a moment of panic and almost knowing, higher self knowing, the father runs his son, whom he thinks is dead because he's had a massive asthma attack and this alien just sprayed stuff into his lungs. The father runs his son outside the front door in the sunshine and gets on the ground. Funny. Sunshine, earth, grounding. M. Night Shyamalan's a genius, man. His son starts breathing. All it took was some sun, some grounding, and some faith and belief. And surrender to love. So, surrender to where you're at right now, to what's going on, to what's happening. Because I'll tell you right now, the world is never going to be the same after this. It's never going to be the same. So if you found comfort in getting your hair did and your nails done the way that you used to, buying up your shitty toilet paper, sorry, I'm really passionate about this right now. I don't like hearing about fear. I don't like hearing about people treating each other like garbage, because we're all in this together. But things aren't going to be the same. They're never going to be the same. And if you are one of those people who's wondering, why the hell am I here right now? Why am I here now while this is all going on? Just wait, because it just might get worse. I mean, we could have the power shut off. I don't think it'll be for very long, but we could. Then what? What are you going to do without your internet? What are you going to do without your phone? What are you going to do with all those little comforts that you have, that you built yourself up, these constructs and beliefs that this somehow makes you valuable? It doesn't. What makes you valuable is you. And going within yourself. And trusting. Just stop. Stop the negativity. Stop. Because some people think this is the end of the world. And it is. It is. It's the end of the world as we have known it. It will never be the same. This is the end of the age of Pisces. The beginning of the age of Aquarius. We're going from belief and constructs, systems that we've been run by and governed by, to all-knowing, self-assurance. And you are going to die. We're all going to die. I mean, our bodies are going to die. But you're going to die spiritually. And you're going to be reborn. And you're going to ascend. And you're going to learn a lot from this. But the more you suppress it, and the more problems that you cause, the longer it's going to take for us to play this thing out. So how long do you want to stay locked up? Because that's really what this is all about. This is not about politics, necessarily. I mean, yeah, it plays into it. It's not about the economy, but yeah, that plays into it. It's like Jesus said in the Bible. He said, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. He also said, after he died and was resurrected, came back to life, and ascended, he came back to the disciples when they were fishing on a boat. And they couldn't catch any fish. Didn't know why. And Jesus called out to them. I want you to think about this. The Christ consciousness that is within all of us, or will be soon, called out to them. Throw your net out on the right side of the boat, and you will catch some. What he means by this is stop thinking in your old ways. Stop doing in your old patterns. Nothing's happening. It's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and expecting different results and not getting them, that's crazy. And not only that, he said the right side of the boat, okay? Not the left side. I'm not talking about politics here, although the Bible does say that, it talks about Republicans and how God always sides with them, and that seems to be true, at least in the church. So maybe there's an element of truth there, but really, he's talking about right brain thinking. Why? Because we have been in a patriarchal society instead of matriarchal. We've been doing everything from the masculine side of our brain, which is the left side. That's why we write with our right hand, yo. It's why we're taught to use our right hand. It's why in Catholic churches and such, I know people who've had their hands whipped writing with their left hand. Write with your right hand, it activates your masculine left brain. Throw the net out on the right side. Activate your divine feminine. Haven't you ever heard anybody say that? Embrace your feminine side. Well, that's what's happening. In this great awakening, we're all going to embrace our feminine side. There's a lot more that I can get into. I can go all the way into the Queen of Sheba, the Queen of the South. In the Bible, they talk about the Queen of the South. I can relate Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz to the Queen of the South. The divine feminine rising right now. The divine feminine energy rising right now. That is the Kundalini Awakening, the Kundalini snake that winds itself up around your spine. In Egypt, all of the pharaohs, they had cobras on their head. On their headdresses. Headdresses. Dresses. I'm getting a revelation right now. Anyway, that means that they were awake. The third eye was open. And you ever see, I could just go on forever about this, but you ever notice the medical sign? It's a cross with a snake winding up around it. Again, the Kundalini Awakening. The divine feminine, masculine and feminine, meeting at the top. Right here. Okay. I gotta tell you though, it's probably gonna get a little bit worse before it gets better. But heaven is not a place you go when you die physically. It's a place you go when you die spiritually. So do you want to go to heaven? Or do you want to stay in hell? Do you want to be in hell where there's fear? Or do you want to go to heaven where there's love? What does heaven look like to you? Looks like babies, right? Love. Heaven is love. Heaven is not worrying about medical insurance. Heaven is not worrying about money. Heaven is free of prejudices and gender and so many things. So what is heaven to you? I mean, really, what is heaven to you? And then go there. It's a state of mind. And I invite you all to come with me. There's many of us. And we love you. We just want you to get there. And we're dealing with our own stuff too. We have some ascending to do. And with that being said, I just thought I'd bring up the fact that there are some symptoms that are going on around right now. I don't want you to relate this to the coronavirus. Because remember, fear is a disease. And you should be more scared of it. And people that are residing at such a low level of frequency. If there's anybody fearful or talking negatively, just walk away, okay? Because that's infected thinking. It's just like, what do you do when you have a bag of oranges and one goes bad? And you see it, you catch it. You take the bad one out, right? I'm not talking about like in a violent way, but you remove that orange from that bag because of its energy. It's bad energy. That bad energy is affecting the energy of all the other oranges that are still good. So if you're dealing with somebody like that, just walk away. It's going to affect you. That is the true infection here, is fear. Okay? So don't go there. Take care of yourselves. Love yourselves. Spend some time in meditation. In the quiet moments. Go outside. Crying out loud. Go outside. Drink a lot of water. Breathe. Spend time with your babies. With your families. There's no work in heaven. You know what I mean? I mean, there is, but it's a different kind of work. It's a spiritual work. And I'll talk about that too another time. I just have so much to say. I just want to help you guys so much. Especially those who are just residing at such a low level. Like, yeah, you're right. It's the end of the world. It's the end of the world as we've known it. So what's it going to be from here on? And you guys are, maybe some of you are wondering, what the hell am I doing here now? I'm going back to that. You're here to build a new world. So what do you want it to be? It's up to you. But my world's going to be amazing. And I want to take you with me. Matteo? I love you guys. As always, namaste.